What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel and I am the co-founder of Flourish Lashes. So today's video is going to be all about pricing. Now, just not, how to price and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be 3 factors that are actually going to impact your pricing. And hopefully at the end of this video, you're able to change your pricing and be able to justify it. So let's jump into it. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the needs. As much as many clients, many people will say they absolutely need lashes, especially today in 2023. It is just not the case. So at the end of the day, first thing you have to remember is that it is a want, not a need. Now, that being said, because it is a want and because it is in demand, you immediately have leverage over how you want to price your service. Now, why should we actually increase our price point? Because it is going to be the way to give you success. It's going to be the way that you're actually going to save time, make more money, and get more so on that financial freedom side that you really, really want. Now, the thing about raising prices is that people often quantify the amount of clients you have in terms of your revenue. But why quantify how many clients you have? Because there's only so much time in a day. Why not just add value to the service? Now, this is something we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about 3 factors that is actually going to impact the price that you choose based on your circumstances, based on your wants, and the service you want to provide to your clients. Now, something we have to remember before we jump into this is that value is time. Time is extremely valuable. And at the end of the day, all of us have less time. So what we want to do is create more time, create more value in our time, and make sure people respect our time and that we're getting the most out of it. Okay, so number 1, luxury. We need to remember that lash extensions is a luxury, which means that it is an exorbitant want. It is not something that we need, like I mentioned. It is something that we want. It is something that makes us feel good. It's something that is high-end elite, which is exactly why, before we even get into the other 2 points, that it should immediately be a higher price point because it is not for an average lifestyle. The goal is to have an elite service. And that doesn't mean you won't find a lash artist that is in an above or in an average price point. The point is you don't want to be the one in an average price point because you lose at the end of the day. Factor number 2 is craftsmanship. If you don't realize it, you need to understand that every single set that you do, every single fan that you do, every single client you do is completely customized. Regardless if you're applying a similar set to every single client, you're still customizing each fan, each style, each lash you put on, which means it is a very tailored experience. Therefore, the value in it automatically increases. Okay, before I jump on to the next tip, I want to urge you guys to go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's going to be at Ariella. Go ahead. I have a ton of tips on there and some lifestyle stuff. Now, number 3 is rarity. This is something that we don't talk about enough in the industry, is that this is an extremely rare service. Now, that doesn't mean that, you can't find a lash artist on every corner. What we're trying to say is that you need to be a rare lash artist. You need to create rarity in your service by really honing in on your specific skill, your uniqueness, and doubling down on that to actually give your clients a rare and memorable experience. This is immediately going to add value to your service and demand as well. Okay, now I know I'm talking a lot about lashes because that's what we're in, but the reason why I want to bring up this point that I'm going to bring up next is that this isn't something that's only done in lash extensions, and it's something that I'm not just thinking off the top of my head. This is something that's done with many different products in many different niches. For example, I've recently drawn this conclusion between a Rolls Royce and lash extensions. The reason why I do that is because you can find a vehicle for much cheaper, much more accessibility, if you will, but it will never be compared to a Rolls Royce. Immediately, all of us know that that is the elite, that is the standard, that is the highest of the high, and that is exactly what you want to be as a lash artist. You can absolutely scrape by being average, by being a good lash artist, doing, what you have to do, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to open up your mind and let you know that you can absolutely be above average, and being above average is going to give you above average results, above average clients, and an above average check. Now, going back to my Rolls Royce example here, the reason why I draw this example and why I actually love using this example is because of the time that it takes. The reason why time is so important is because we know how long lash extensions take, and it takes a good amount of time. So for instance, you could get a Toyota made in 18 hours. It takes 6 months to create a Rolls Royce. It is completely high-end luxury. It is 100% highest level of craftsmanship, and it is exceptionally rare. You will not see these cars everywhere you go, but they are a billion-dollar company. And it's because they find their right market. They don't market to the masses. They don't do that because they don't need to. This puts them at a standard that we all respect, whether or not we want the car or not. But to certain people, it's a goal. To certain people, this is where they want to be. And that's what you want to do as a lash artist. You want to put yourself in a standard where certain types of clients come to you and will value you and pay that price point that you're willing to actually expand your service in. Does that make sense? Okay, now that is the end of my rant, but it is something that I really, really want you guys to think about. Watch this video back and honestly think about how this applies to you and the service that you're offering. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just lash extensions, but even if you're offering a different service, brows, whatever the case is, this is something that will absolutely apply to you. You want to put yourself in a standard that is going to be uncomparable. That's the goal. Be uncomparable, be one of one. And that comes with adding value to yourself. So courses, experience, just growth overall is going to put you in this category. And now I know not everybody wants to be in that category, and that's fine, but I am speaking to those who do want to be in that category. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye.